Hi everybody, this is Ellen from Somerville Public Library, and I'm coming to you today with a cooking demonstration. Hopefully show you how to make something tasty with items that you probably already have in your pantry. So we're going to make an orange cornmeal cake, and the items that you're going to need are flour, granulated sugar, sugar in the raw, well, that's kind of optional, but if you have it, that'd be great. 2 eggs, cornmeal, salt, baking powder, olive oil, and an orange. Okay, now, I'm not Julia Child, I don't have cue cards, so I've got the recipe in front of me, and I'm just going to take you through it. So, preheat the oven to 375, I've already done that. Then the first thing we're going to do is brush the bottom and sides of an 8-inch cake pan with olive oil, which I have here. I'm just going to pour a little in here. Got my brush. So bottom and sides get a little coating of olive oil. Then I have a circle of parchment paper that I cut out to go in the bottom of the pan. That goes in next. And a little bit more olive oil on top. And the pan's ready to go. So I'll put that aside. Okay, in a large bowl, whisk together eggs. The 2 eggs are here. So we're going to need the zest of the orange and the juice of the orange. So first I'm going to zest it. This is an Ellen trick. You take some plastic wrap and wrap the grater, the box grater, in the plastic wrap. And it makes it a lot easier to kind of to clean it afterwards, and also to collect the zest. So this orange has been washed. I've got the plastic wrap on, and I'm gonna zest all the zest off of it. Just the orange part. Try not to get the white in there. That's a little bit of bitter flavor we don't need. It's a little hard because I have small hands and orange is pretty big. And when the zest is coming off, I'm getting a bit slippery. But nevertheless, she persisted. Keep going. As long as I'm here doing this now, I might as well give a shout out to my son Walt, who's my cameraman, my crew. Thank you, Walt.
You're welcome.
And so that's about it. We got some zest here. We got zest on my fingers. In here, you can see a lot of zest collected in there. And here's the kind of cool part is you take the plastic wrap off, and there's a lot of zest on it, and you can just take that off with your fingers, and there's your orange zest. Now the juice. Knife, orange, cut it in half. I got this handy juicer thing, and I'm just gonna press down, press hard, and squeeze the juice out of this. We need a 1/2 cup. I think we should get that without any trouble. Yeah, that's a 1/4 cup right there. So, you know what? If you don't get the full 1/2 cup, if you're a spoonful or so short, not a problem. Baking isn't rocket science. I mean, you want to be kind of exact, but you don't have to be exactly exact, if you know what I mean. All right, so here's our orange juice. That is about half a cup. We got the juice and we got the zest. Okay, so we've got the eggs in here. Now we are going to add the oil. Olive oil, we need half a cup. So this recipe says don't use extra virgin olive oil. It will have too strong a taste. So what's preferable is just to use this light olive oil if you have it. And if not, no biggie. Like I said, you do not have to be exact with the measurements, and especially in time when we're quarantined, you can substitute what ingredients you have, a reasonable substitution, like you're not going to want to use bacon fat or something, but you can use extra virgin olive oil if that's the only kind you have. I'm sure it'll be fine. So we've got the eggs and the olive oil in there. Next thing we need is 1 cup of sugar. Oh, so 2 eggs, a half cup of light olive oil if you got light olive oil, 1 cup of granulated sugar, and this half cup of orange juice that we squeezed from the orange. If you don't want to use orange juice for any reason, you can also substitute a half cup of white wine. I've done both. They both turn out really good. So I'm just mixing this up, and then we're going to add some dry ingredients. Okay, the next thing is we add the dry ingredients. 1 1/4 cup of flour, just all-purpose flour. 1 cup, 1/4 cup. A half cup of yellow cornmeal, not the coarse kind, just regular yellow cornmeal. Then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. And the orange zest. Mix all that together for a nice batter. And then we pour it into our pan that we've prepared. And the last thing is, if you have this sugar in the raw, or some kind of like coarse sugar of this type, demerara I think it's called, you're gonna do 1/3 cup. I've actually got a 1/4 cup here, but again, not an exact science. Sprinkle this all over the batter on top. If you don't have it, don't worry. I think it's a plus. It gives it a really nice little sweet crunchy top, but nothing to fret over if you don't have it. And now it's ready to go into the oven. It's going to bake at 375 for about 20 minutes. And through the magic of technology, we'll see you when the cake's ready to come out of the oven. I made a couple mistakes. One, this is not demerara sugar or whatever the heck I said, it's turbinado sugar. And the cake does not bake for 20 minutes, it bakes for 25 to 35 minutes. When the sides start pulling away from the pan and a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. So apologies for the bad information, and we'll see you when the cake's ready. Okay, the cake is done. It's baked for about 35 minutes and cooled for about 20. I'm just gonna run a knife around the edge to loosen it. Then turn it out onto a plate. There's the paper still in there. Turn it over, and there it is. I'll cut it so you can see what it looks like inside. That's it. It's a really simple cake. It's very delicious. You can serve it with just as it is, or with berries or something that is not unknown. Anyway, that's your cake. Orange cornmeal cake made with items you probably have in your pantry. So from me and from the Somerville Public Library, stay home, stay safe, make some cake.